Imagine a substance capable of turning a jagged, ordinary rock into glowing gold. Now imagine that same substance could heal disease or even defeat death. This pursuit spanned major advanced civilizations for centuries, from ancient Egypt and Greece to China and the Islamic world, which raises a question. Why would thousands of brilliant, highly educated minds dedicate their lives to a pursuit that modern science completely rejects? Alchemy was humanity's first global attempt to understand what matter actually is. In trying to achieve the impossible, these practitioners laid the physical groundwork for modern chemistry. The entire framework rested on a single logical question. What is everything around us made of, and can it be transformed? By observing how things degrade, burn, and melt, early thinkers concluded that raw minerals and base metals were not fixed in their current states. They believed these raw substances could be altered, broken down, or purified. This illustration maps out the philosopher's stone. The symbols show celestial and earthly elements, representing absolute purity. Looking closely at the interconnected globes and figures, we see a highly structured system, a rigorous attempt to map the perfection of matter. But philosophical diagrams on parchment were only a starting point. To prove these concepts worked, these thinkers stepped into the physical world to start breaking materials apart with their own hands. That transition required intense, grueling physical labor. They moved from debating texts to obsessively manipulating actual dirt, metal, and plant matter. They spent their days heating, dissolving, and filtering, distilling and crystallizing nearly every mineral, salt, and liquid they could acquire. Because no one had attempted to process materials at this scale before, they had to invent the equipment. This line drawing shows the exact tools they built to execute these reactions. Starting from the boiling vessel in the center, trace the path up through the distillation apparatus and down into the complex cooling coils on the left. These specialized furnaces and condensation tubes are the direct ancestors of modern laboratory equipment. While experiments to create immortal life or solid gold repeatedly failed, alchemists carefully recorded the colors, smells, textures, and unexpected chemical reactions of those failures. By documenting exactly how physical materials interact under pressure and heat, they built a massive library of practical, verified data. Over centuries, these localized experimental traditions merged. The isolated trial and error began to organize into a systematic method of inquiry. Eventually, mystical explanations were replaced entirely by strict measurement, chemical theory, and the demand that an experiment could be reproduced with exactly the same results. Modern chemistry grew directly from the culture of hands-on experimentation that alchemy had kept alive for hundreds of years. Alchemy remains the essential, messy bridge connecting ancient myths with empirical science. They never pulled gold from those furnaces, but their driving question, what is everything made of and how can we transform it, still drives laboratories today.